Alrighty, so let's finish this up. What I did was scrape this all down in here, and then in here I got where these little knives come in handy. I got the tip in there, and I started scraping it. The glue that they use in here is like rubber cement, so you'd pull it and it go snap back. Finally, you get it all. But I cleared out both sides of the scale here where the covers are going to go on. And then I'm going to use some epoxy. Where has my epoxy gone? Oh, here it is. I'm going to use the slow cure. It has a 30-minute working time, but it says here that it has the highest strength. You should apply it at above 70 degrees Fahrenheit. It maintains its strength in both the lowest and highest temperature range of our line of epoxies. It bonds best to clean, textured surfaces. Smooth, non-porous surface should be roughened with a coarse sandpaper to remove any adhesion. Acetone and rubbing alcohol works as a best solvent for cleaning uncured epoxy. All this other stuff. So, wait. I skipped the best part here. You can use reinforcing joints. It has a better penetration. It's waterproof and forms superior bond, but requires curing overnight for best performance. Full cure in 6 to 8 hours. Alright, so I'm using this because the other epoxies that I had, already, I'm going to probably use some of this for, one of them doesn't have a complete cover on it. So this one I'm going to put some epoxy over the top of it. I want it to be as clear as possible, not already yellowed. But we'll see how this comes out. I'll get it as close to clear as possible. And I'll mix that stuff up. And then I'll do the final fitting. I'm going to use one of these. I'm going to use one of these sides. I've already kind of like half form fitted it somewhere. Yeah, maybe like that. I'm going to use that like that. And then this one, it's one of these two. This guy, see, I got kind of carried away. And this one looks better. That's that one that's flamed out and everything. So I don't know, I might have to make another one. But I want to finish this up. Get it complete. So there you go. Next one I should have more progress. Alright, it's not completely set up. But this is it with a little bit of... This one I just lavish some epoxy on top of it. And this one right here, of course, I got to grind that down and finish it up. But we're much closer. I'm just going to leave this here for 12 more hours. 6 to 12 more hours. And then finish it up. It's almost done. What's that saying, like putting lipstick on a pig? So here's how it looks after the epoxy is set. I'll remove all that. Just like, that's going to be a problem also. But putting that epoxy on it, I don't know if you can see. You see these little tiny bubbles? I don't know really how to get rid of that in mixing, epoxy. You gotta stir the resin and the hardener together. And when you do, I just used couldn't find my popsicle stick, so I used part of a clothespin to mix it up. When you do, you get these little bubbles. And what I did, it was while the epoxy was mixing, I kind of went up and down like this in the puddle, to kind of get the bubbles to kind of come up. But it's not bad, and it really gives it more color. Now this side I just slapped on there, and I'm going to take off the excess. But it's looking pretty good. Lipstick on a pig. Well, it's not really a pig knife, you can improve appearance of almost any knife, but you're still going to have the basic steel that you're stuck with. And because this is a, you know, a small canoe, it's not going to do a lot of super cutting. So it doesn't have to. It's just got to look good. And I think it'll look good when I'm finished with it. So the next part is going to be taking this excess off. I'll probably just use a file or partially hacksaw it. I don't know. I'll figure out what I'm going to do on that. I think I can just file it down. Would be easier. So I'll show you the finished product next. So after filing and filing and filing on that other piece, it separated, which was good because look at that, it's all scratched up anyway. So now I'm back to all I got to do is put epoxy on this, but I wasted a lot of time. Well, you can see a lot of time and a lot of plastic pieces everywhere. So live and learn, right? All right, so this was a learning experience. Now those little bubbles on this one, I can't get them all out because they were cured and everything, and I just layered some more epoxy on this side because I was sanding it and it dulled it down, and I found out that epoxy doesn't react to flame the same way plexiglass or this type of stuff does. This type of stuff, you can hit it with a flame and it'll kind of glass it over. This epoxy, you hit it with a flame and it'll catch on fire. So yeah, but those little bubbles, the way I got rid of a lot of them was I took a toothpick and I was just teasing the stuff, and you gotta remember it's sticky and gummy, you know. So I would twist and roll and pull the little bubble up onto the stick and drop it down here. But yeah, yeah, one big mess. But that's the final result. Basically, I'm gonna have to polish the bolsters and everything, all that, when it's finished. But this is just mainly the covers are done. It's just drying right now because it's going to be 12 hours before you consider it. Let's see if we can get up underneath here. Yeah, see? See those little bubbles? That's the only annoying thing out of it. Other than that, it's got a lot of color. It looks really good when it's finished. When it's all cured up, I'll show you. But I'm going to go ahead and post the video because of everything I learned from this. What a pain in the butt. But anyways, it's worth it, I think. I learned something. And I burned the crap out of my finger right here. That jet flame I was holding this up like this, and it was jet flaming. And yeah, it burned the crap on my finger. Yeah, oh well. There you go.